You need any other logins?
They could have used
No.
the star.
No, I don't think so.
Like admin.
For what reason?
Star.
All right, now what social media am I putting it on? Am I doing
Uh,
mine or is it,
Whatever. I'm sending you the link now.
Don't hit your brother.
so you want it just to like Facebook
Yeah,
Live?
just send it out. Yeah.
Or just send it out?
Well, not
Okay, just send
Facebook
out the
Live.
link.
I was
Look,
using-
I don't do that stuff.
Oh no.
What are you talking about doing, Star?
Like they get to see the admin password.
To do what?
Welcome to Marbury, where technology is.
Does it work?
Miss Jacobs was trying to get standards attached to her lessons. So she couldn't do it. She's in her classroom. She couldn't do it. So she was down in the cafeteria the next morning. And I said, I have no problem doing it. So she got on her laptop in the cafeteria, attached them, no problem. Okay. So she went back to her classroom. She couldn't do it. Her classroom, she can't do it, but she can anywhere else. It's crazy.
What's this?
Angela gave me this. She works with Vista Counseling, but she also works with Butterfly Bridge.
Okay,
And she
yeah.
worked with Miss Sutton. I
All right.
called
Don't
her.
mention
She can
names
tell
because
me.
you're live and people can hear you talking.
Oh, you're already live? Okay.
Just
She can
so you
come
know.
this day
Okay.
for kids and this day for
Still trying to
parents.
find it.
Okay.
And this is the topic.
I may not have written it down.
Is there any way we can change that one?
I've got it
You
hooked
think?
up
To
to my
what?
computer.
I don't know. I'm gonna be gone that day. I'd like to be there for it.
I will call her and see.
I'm going to a conference now.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started because we're a minute 45 in then. So thank you for the ones that have shown up here in person. And this will be, of course, available on YouTube later if you want to go back and look at anything. Let's start with first our PowerSchool login. I sent those out. Golly, it's been a couple of weeks now. I think it was September, late September, when we finally got those sent out. So you should have your account set up. If you haven't set it up already, doing it on the computer first is going to be a lot better. Actually, I don't even know if you can set it up on the mobile app right now. But it is a lot easier to do it on the computer first, especially if you're adding multiple students to your one profile. So I want to first thank Ms. Johnson for allowing me to use her login. So both of her kids are here, so they're going to see their grades up for everybody to see. So use your first, we're just going to get in here and say, set up the username that you set up with. And then I changed Miss Johnson's so that I can get in here. I hope I remember what I set it as. So when your username and your password, again, I totally didn't. Great.
The whole email.
Yeah, no, it's not the whole email. It's just this one, but I'm evidently hitting a keystroke error somewhere. There we go. All right. So you can go in, it defaults to the grades and attendance screen. So this will give you a good idea going across where he's up at the high school. So it gives you a good idea of what you're doing. Now you can also go down here. So if you click on the number, it will take you into what we used to call a comprehensive progress report when we were looking at iNow. And you can scroll down and you see the assignments, each individual assignment, the score on assignment, and the percentage and the grade. And then if there are any notes on the assignment, it will be by a little, like a little comment card. And then you can view right here, right there it is. If there's a, you'll have that little symbol next to it. And then you click on view and it will show what the teacher typed in there. So if it's, retested or turned in late or did not do, waiting on a return, something like that, they'll put those notes in there and you can view those notes. So let's go back to Now we'll get back on there, and now I can plug that back in. There we go. And Malik, if you'll go up there and hit that HDMI 1 right there, please. That'll bring us back to, there we go, connecting. Perfect. All right. So the next thing we're going to look at is Clever. And this is going to give us access to all of the textbooks, online textbooks. And so I look at some of these kids walking around with like every book they own in their backpack and setting that around. Just get your locker and save it, leave it at school. So we're going to go up to .com, and all of this is also accessible through the Marbury Middle School website under Parent Resources and Student Resources. And so we can go here, Marbury Middle, and go here to where do we go? Source links, and then parent link, and then you've got the bullying complaint form. You got Schoology, which I'm going to show you how they access that, and then you got the school lunch app if you need to add. Look at the menu. PayPams if you need to add more money to their account, especially if you have a little boy because they're each out of house and home. And then you got your center, which students have access to be able to go in. They also have access to bullying complaint form, ACAP study materials, the Alabama Virtual Library. We're going to go right here to Clever. And at this screen, this is where they're going to type in their information. So I'm going to use,
You may read it out to you.
no, where'd you, oh, you moved it. There it is.
I
Okay.
moved it.
So we're going to use 70.
You went back to the front.
That's because my fat finger hit it and turned it off a minute ago. Johnson.7036 at student.acboe.net. If you don't put in, see, fat finger again. If you don't put in the at student.acboe.net, it won't log in. You've got to have that in there. But on some of the other ones, you don't need the at student.acboe.net. So there's some incontinuity there. But for Clever, they need that full login. And then for their password, it's simply their birth date with no leading zeros. For example, if it's 6, we don't put 06. And so once we log in here, this comes up to the main screen. You can see that Xavier has hearted these 3 because those are 3 that he uses quite frequently. So he hearted those and it moves them up to the top for quicker access. So if you scroll down, we can see a bunch of other district resources. For example, PowerSchool student login. They can go to their own PowerSchool account. They have their own account. If you're using the student account, don't. You have your own account. You have more features in the parent account. So make sure you're using the parent account, not the student account. And then they can access their Schoology right here. Their McGraw-Hill is where they will access their science book and their civics and geography. Now, their licenses have expired, so I'm waiting on curriculum and instruction to get those updated. But if we go up here, let's first look at the Big Ideas Math. Was it 2 years ago? The district adopted the Big Ideas Math book for only middle school, only 6th, 7th, and 8th. Elementary and high school use a different book. I don't know why, but they do. So the Big Ideas Math, when you click on it, it's going to come in here. It's going to go this thing, and it's going to go here, and then it's going to ask you for an access code. The teacher should be giving you all that access code, and once you get in there, H-3DMP. Submit. We can see that we all have been added to the second period accelerated class, so we'll hit next. And then here is an unbelievable amount of resources. Basically, you've got the textbook right here that you can access, so they don't have to bring the textbook home. Now, 6th graders don't have lockers right now. We're focusing on transitions. But for our 7th and 8th graders, they can leave that book in their locker, and they have access to the textbook at home. There's also some review. There's some videos here. There's another copy of the ebook. They have some additional math tools here, a skills review handbook that they can use through here, some other apps. This has got a lot of great resources. So if you want some extra study materials for your kids at home, this is fantastic. It's a great resource. Now, let's look back over here to Clever. Let's go down here and look at English and Science, which is in this McGraw-Hill. So when we click on that, it's going to take us to the main McGraw-Hill screen. And it's going to have, there we go. It's going to have the English Language Arts Study Sync book over here, and then it'll have the Alabama Life Science book over here. So let's first look at the science book. We'll click on that. And again, it's got some great resources right here. It's also got the ebook right here. Click on that ebook. It will open up, and then you can hit this little arrow button, and you can cycle through contents. It's basically the entire book in a digital format. And then if you need to jump through, you can click down here and you can type in a page number that you want to jump to. Okay. And then I believe there is an annotating tool on here too. You can draw and write, and then you can save this as a PDF to your computer. We'll go back to here. We'll leave that. Now, here is some of our other resources. We click on here. Some of our teachers may pull from here. This is a extra skills activities, and you can filter this down by specific chapter. So if you know that you're working within chapter 3, you can go here to chapter 3, and then it'll pull all the resources from chapter 3 in here also. So the science notebook that we do have paper copies for, that's in here as well. And then vocabulary for that chapter. There's some videos here that you can watch that are directly linked to whatever the content for that chapter is. So this, again, inside of the life science, physical science for 8th grade, and then earth and space science for 6th grade, also has some great resources. So if you're not familiar with that, play around in there, let your students see that also. Now, if we go back here to, let's see, go back to the dashboard. And there we go. Looking at the English language arts. He currently has no assignments due. And then there's a binder and a library here. And then within here, you can change some of the settings. But that's not really what we're looking for. I was trying to find the book. Where is the book? Let's go here to the library. And I can't see. These are some of the stories that are located within that 7th grade chapter. So we got the Telltale Heart, Rikki Tikki Tavi, and some other ones. So you're reading a story in class with the textbook, then you can always go on here and find the stories and the work in here also. Now the Study Sync books are consumable, so those will be new every year. The other textbooks and the other content areas are not. The science book is, I think, about 3 or 4 years away from a new textbook adoption. Social studies will be coming up in the next year or two. We'll have new social studies textbooks. Clever is a great stop shop for just about any of the resources they're going to need. Schoology is a big one that they use. Of course, McGraw-Hill for your English and your science, Big Ideas for your math. Again, we're waiting on the social studies licenses to be renewed so that we can get access to that. 6th grade does the world history textbook. 7th and 8th grade actually has 2 textbooks, one for civics, one for geography. They didn't, when they adopted them, they adopted one geography book and then a separate civics book, where the geography book has a sister book for civics that works hand in hand, but they decided not to go with that book. They went with a different one. So they went with 2 different companies for it when they could have done with one. Hopefully we'll correct that when we do the next textbook adoption. But the civics book for 7th grade is National Geographic. And then the civics book, or the geography book is, can't remember the name of the geography book. And then the ACAP summative, that's not something you have to worry about. Now, some of these we are going to be having come up pretty soon. I don't see Nearpod on here. That's going to be one that they're going to be using soon. And then another one that is great, especially if you're looking at working on reading and math skills, is the MyPath. I don't see it. There it is. Yeah. So MyPath Reading and MyPath Math, when they took their STAR test in late August, it took that score and went into translated over to the reading and the math, and it built them an individualized learning plan based on how they performed on that STAR score. So if they took that STAR test and they scored on say a 7.7 grade level, then in ILP in the STAR math and the STAR reading in the MyPath is going to be on 7.7 grade level work. If they take it and it's on a 4.4 grade level, then the ILP will be on a 4.4 grade level work. So if the teacher calls in the morning, wasn't able to get a sub plan together, that is something that we can use to still reinforce basic skills, either bring them up from where they are or push them further from where they are if they're already at or above grade level. But those are some great practice courses to do at home. Even if they complete that course, it will rebuild them another course going beyond the levels that they just completed. Yeah. I want to ask any questions. I got 3 in here. Any questions about anything inside of the Clever or inside of PowerSchool so far? Okay. So the next part is the RCA app. The RCA app is, give me 1 second to get this set up, is really great. The problem with it is we got to get some consistency with us. Now, we use the RCA app to reinforce positive behavior, to reinforce the expectations that we want from the students, which is be responsible, be respectful, and be resourceful. So it's like, how about now? A little bit better. Okay, so get this out. There, perfect. All right. So again, Ms. Johnson has agreed to let us sign in as her. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign in, and with that login information that we sent home, was that a week or 2 ago? And she is using. You changed your email on me. You said it was.
No, it's my personal one.
So that's not what you have in RCA.
I have a staff and a parent one.
Oh, okay. That might be why I didn't show up the other day. All right. Well,
It's my.
you need to make sure that I spell it correctly. At Hotmail. Every time I saw Hotmail.
Very funny.
You said, you have mail. What's sad is that you know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's see if I entered it right and if give me the right address. No. Yep, I do. Thank you. Thank you. Any chance to blame it on Miss Miss? Right. So then it's going to look like that, and you can see it's got still got Malik in there. And then if there's another student, then we go over here and see that one, and then it will show all the points that they earned this year and what it's for. So you can set your notifications up so when your student gets one, it'll just give you a little notification. Hey, they got points for this or that. Now, if you want to give your student access to the app to keep up with their own, then up in the top corner, then you'll select that and then you'll hit share. Now, I've already done it, so I'm going to up and we're going to log in as a student so you can see that in a new that we're going to be rolling out that I'm kind of excited about. But I'm going to show you the students and And the banners down there, it kind of shows you who's winning in the league right now. And of course, Isabindi is, they're going on, what, 38 weeks of league year last year also. So what we're going to do now is we're going to log out of the parent account, and then we're going to log in the student account. And when you hit that share, it's going to send the student an access code. Now, it used to send a 25-digit alphanumeric special character fine-tuned it. And so now when they send it, it's going to be a lot more simple. And we're going to focus simply capital, I'm upside down, J.
You ready to do it?
Yep, Austin.
You got it, Mr.
Yeah.
OHNSON, and then dash, and then capital Y, and then what, lowercase a?
Were you?
Capital A,
Oh, there it is.
lowercase y, capital L,
And then lowercase x.
and then lowercase x, right? All right. And then we'll log in. And so you can see the student, very similar to the parent. They get the same notifications, the messages. They come over here, they can click here and see who's leading, who's winning. And then here is the store. This is what I'm really excited about rolling out soon, is for every point they get 1 coin. Those coins accumulate and then buy stuff. So, for example, we've got some extra wristbands. If they want a house bracelet, we're going to have we're going to bring for our T-shirts. Now, we're going to give every student a shirt for free. If they want additional shirts, they can use those house coins to buy shirts. And then we've also got we'll have some pencil packs for their house on there. We'll have some stickers, some sports bags, drawstring bags. And then I love this one. They'll be principal for a day. They'll be able to follow around with me. I'll buy them lunch. We'll do some observations on teachers. It's gonna be kind of fun. So how do they find that? Right, you'll see that little coin symbol, and it'll show them his little green debit card. I say debit because we don't do credit cards. Just saying. So you can see that he's got 39 coins right now. So that means he's earned the first 9 weeks. So when we go in here to the store, you can see this one hasn't unlocked yet because he has got 200. This one is unlocked because he has 15. So he would go in there, get a shopping cart, add it to the cart, it'd send me a notification, and then I can go get the item that he brings to it. So that's something that we're looking forward to in the next probably month before we get everything fine-tuned. But the points now. And coming up on October 26th, when we do the first Q1 celebration, that's when we're going to start really getting some points earned, because they get 10 points for no office referrals for the first 9 weeks. They get, for A honor roll, 25 points, and for AB honor roll, they get 15 points. So that's where we put the it's already gone. But that's where we put the banners up there, and see them start moving and changing. It gets really exciting, and any questions? Anybody? No? No. Okay. Do what?
Said head on over to Parent Square.
Head on over to Parent Square. All right. Well, what I just realized is all of that was not on the live stream. So that's, yeah, that's fantastic. But that's okay. Y'all were here, so I'll give them your all's contact number. So, all right. So let's get over here to Parent Square. You are wanting to know specifically what about Parent Square?
I don't know. I feel like I have a good grasp on Parent Square, but I feel like a lot of parents don't. Have you used Parent Square? Or do you? Like, we get phone calls a lot with people not knowing, but I also didn't know till Caleb just missed his first day, that when they miss a day, it alerted me and gave me the option to submit the thing right then. I like that.
So that was actually a new addition. I reached out to Thibault because we wanted to be able to offer, I mean, of course, we want to encourage the kids to turn in their notes to build that responsibility. But we know, I was that kid that lost it between the kitchen in the house and the door to the house. So we wanted to give the parents the opportunity to send it electronically, but still have the student turn it in. So we built that Google form and had that available right here under links, absence excuses, to turn that in. He called me the next day after we already put that in motion. Oh, we're going to turn on the ability for parents to submit them through Parent Square. Now, the problem right now, though, is that they can't upload pictures of doctors' notes. Right now, all you can do through Parent Square is just type in, I kept him home because he's sick. Now, they're working with the developers of Parent Square to build in that option to attach pictures. It's just not there yet. So if you want to submit pictures of doctor's excuses, then you can still do that through our Google form. It sends a notification to me and Miss Finley, and then she enters those in there. We have inside, right there, absence excuses. We do have built into these links some of our more popular addresses. So absences, the code of conduct, the middle school webpage, and then the district and the media channels in the district website. Now, when we're inside of Power School, say looking at this post with Ms. Rudolph, if you make a comment on that post, that only goes to Ms. Rudolph. Nobody else in that group sees that. When Ms. Rudolph responds, nobody else in that group sees that. That's basically a one-on-one communication with the person who made the post. Okay. If you want to, sometimes you will get a direct message, which will be over here on this side.
It's not
These
up there.
direct,
It's not up there, sorry.
it's on the live side.
Okay, gotcha.
Hold on. Why don't you tell me that? The direct messages, that's not a post. That is, as it says, a direct message directly from whatever teacher. There, it's basically a text message or an IM DM. Okay. And then we've got the alerts and notices. So, last year when I was sitting, I would do a voice call. They wanted us to get away from those. So if you get a voice call from me, something major is going on. It was basically, they said, only do that for emergency situations. So all of our Friday call outs now are going to be coming through a post on the website. If you tell me, I will respond in 4 hours, but I will response. I'm sorry, there's a lot of them on there because I got their response. But appreciate is just basically a like. You're just basically acknowledging, yes, I've read it. Comment, again, that's a private conversation between you and whoever made the post. And then you can, of course, print it if you're at a desktop computer. If you're on your mobile app, most of the time, if you hit that print feature, there's an option to save as PDF on the phone. So it would just download the PDF to a folder on your cell device. Did that help you? Okay. You should have also over here on the right side a calendar when you log in to the app. And we've got it basically synced with our school calendar, so it can give you notifications and updates. I think Ryder's 6th grade, correct, if I remember right. So he's got a field trip coming up on November 2nd. That permission form is on here, so make sure you do that because we definitely want him to go. This is how we're doing all of our beginning of the year forms because I hate paper. So you'll be getting a lot of stuff through here because teachers are kind of pushing towards this also because it just helps with organization and keeping the forms coming and the kid not losing it between home and the school. So if they send you something, it'll show up as attachment. Let's say if I do call this one right here. Here we go. It was October 6th. And then you can see this one's form attached to it. And if you scroll to the bottom of the actual thing, there's a form for the permission slip for the November 2nd field trip. So, app, it looks a little bit different, but when you look at the post, it will have a little folder up on the top that says form attached. So that'll be an indicator that there is something that the teachers want you to fill out, whether it's a permission slip or just a movie permission slip or a field trip permission slip or any number of forms that you get bombarded with on a daily basis. Any other questions on the No. Okay. Well, I'm going to I'll stay back and put another video on here because I didn't get the Ron Clark app on there, but it's a great resource, and I can't wait to get the store up and running because that's going to be a lot of fun in those points.
Oh, while you're on there, I've had parents ask how they message their teachers.
How they message their teachers on
The parents.
on Parent Square. So the desktop, you go over here, and then go into message. Then down here, right here, you can type in. You start typing in the and it'll populate up and
I know on my app, it only shows like the teacher that you have. I think that's what they do. I guess probably substitutes or something like that.
in that case, I would look at if it's something like that, that's related to something about your school.
Where that form? I think you showed that one. It wasn't.
So the apps that we are doing that you can add
Mhm.
attachments to the right hand side, under links, excuses, but Parent Square with the absence notification. But again, right now you cannot attach absence excuses to the Parent Square. Good. All right. I'm kind of that way at my house to do the phone thing, so I'm going to do that at the house, and it'll be a little bit more easy to see. So I'll post that on the second one. I'm gonna watch this and see what I didn't get included, and then I'll put it back up there. But I'm gonna end the screen now. And so I'm doing it. I'm back. I'm back in if you answer anything. Miss Brian is here, so she can get you logins